two monstrous flood walls keeping the toxic stew of floodwaters at bay, and the down and out poor unable to move to higher ground, and the refugees in their tents still sitting tight waiting for half the city to be drained of water over 16 years. It's a bitter and hopeless place, but Mitzi's bar is on the nicer eastern side of it. Entering the bar results in an assault of smoke and loud music, alternating between Aussie-based country and classic rock. Everyone there wears the same dour, run-down expression that says they're not here for company. The bartender seems to be the happiest, and with a bored, neutral look that seems to peak a little bit seeing someone new walk in. The three of you get there at approximately the same time. However, Asagawa is still late. What do you do?
I mean, we know Asagawa's coming, right?
Last you heard. You do have his comm code.
I mean, are we currently like two people in a car and one person on a bike still outside, or are we?
Still outside, just walking in. You two weren't too far, distant from each other.
As far as Carbine's concerned, it's up to Boomer.
Boomer, what are you doing then? Turtle?
I mean, is there a reason not to go in?
Yeah, I'm going.
Well, you are inside, but you need to find Mr. Johnson.
Well,
Is there any one inside? What is it?
There's a bunch of people having drinks, looking unhappy, and a bartender with a shaved head, simply cleaning glasses and kind of staring at you.
I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm gonna go, "Hello, good afternoon."
You seem happy. What'll
As
it be?
always. Do you know how to make a Dirty Johnson?
Yeah, it's in the back.
Alright, thanks, man. And I'm
First
gonna
one
go
on
to
the left.
Alright, there we go.
Okay.
we shouldn't wait for the companion.
I mean, we can go sit down and wait for him in there. I'm not gonna fucking stand here.
Okay, yeah, that's more what I meant.
Yeah, we can wait for him.
Alright, so everyone chooses to wait around for quote. Or for Asagawa. I will get these names right eventually.
I believe in you.
I do too.
One day you will become Hokage.
So you sit down for a little bit and you wait, and 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15,
Okay, hold up about 10 minutes.
about 10 minutes.
This is ridiculous. You know what? She said it's going to be, she'll take care of anyone who's improper. Maybe we should move forward.
Sorry, who are you again?
Overclock.
Overclocked?
Overclock, just boom.
Okay. Not a patient one.
Well, I was specifically told it's not our responsibility if someone else fucks up. Wait, I got that wrong. She did say that.
Yeah, I believe we all got the same message. So, with other people's actions on our hands, I believe the most prudent course of action would be to wait.
Okay.
About that time that you say that, Asagawa, you walk in, and let's do a quick little round and describe what do you look like?
Me?
Yes.
Wow. Dressed sharply in a suit. Black suit. A man with a head of a tiger. Slightly more humanistic than you would see an average tiger. With the tail. And white fur, black stripes. Generally just normal posture and everything. Walks in with a blank stare on his face. Well, I wouldn't say blank, I'd say more or less annoyed face. And I guess upon seeing Carbine, I guess that would be the telltale signs of that's probably who is in the group. I wouldn't be sure.
Carbine, describe what you look like. What is in front of
Carbine.
that?
Carbine is about 10 foot 2 inches of solid muscle. He weighs over 600 pounds, and he looks it. He's got onyx to graying skin that's covered in bones, bones that sometimes even protrude out of the various layers of body armor that he's wearing. Top of his head's covered in spikes, but they also jut out of like this SWAT helmet with the visor pulled down over the front, and through the thin mask you can see he's wearing like these goggles wrapped around his head, and sometimes they flash with a little bit of electrical that clearly shows that he's got like some sort of targeting system that's looking at everybody because he's got this bow strung over his shoulder.
Yeah, that looks like the guy.
Fortunately, being armed and armored in Covina is not entirely out of place. Though it might be rude to keep your helmet on inside.
Well, Carbine does not care about rudeness.
Well, you are a 10-foot wall of a troll, and scary looking at that.
Well, I mean,
no one's
like,
going to ask you to do anything.
When he walked in, he made sure that people moved out of his way. He didn't like duck and dodge out of other people's way. So, I mean, people would have had to move, or he would have moved them by not stopping.
Indeed. And let's quickly cover Boomer. What does Boomer look like?
I'm 5'10". Normally, I've got a red kind of Jack Sparrow bandana. And I have a backpack that looks suspiciously explosive. And a suit of full body armor that when I'm wearing the whole set makes me about 6'3".
But you're not wearing it into the bar, correct?
Right.
Like the
Alright.
backpack to say nerf this on it.
And Overclock, as everyone is getting ready to go to the back room, what do you look like?
It's a relatively fashionable.
LA tan?
Yes. Keeping up with what's going on. The sunglasses, the deck in his back pocket, the whole thing.
A little bit trying too hard, but
Yes.
everyone knows what you can do by looking at you here. And everyone heads to the back room. The back room has no windows and is just a simple, cheap wooden table and some old wooden chairs to sit in. Each seat has a small glass of soy beer, compliments of the house. At the head of the table is a serious-looking Latino man with slick-back hair and a thick mustache. He wears a plain black suit that is clearly partially armored. Not quite what I was expecting, but I trust you will do. I represent an organization interested in the fair treatment of AI and their freedom in today's complex political landscape. I have reason to believe an AI named Seeker has been captured and brainwashed by Horizon into working one of their call centers. He needs to be extracted and receive rehabilitation among his peers. He goes ahead and gives a quick glance around just simply to see how you are reacting. He places a simple brown device on the table with a data jack sticking out of it. AIs are more fragile than people think. They can't exist outside of a device for extended periods without irreparable harm coming to them. Not to mention Grid Overwatch does not take kindly to their presence. For safe transit, you will have to upload him onto this device. For his safety, it does not have a wireless connection. Any questions?
There's only one question anyone cares about here, and I think you know what it is. It's payment. Obviously payment.
Nothing?
Someone's talking. Yeah, you can't hear them apparently.
Who is the fucking face?
I said, sorry, could you guys not hear me saying?
You were talking very
It was
quietly.
very quiet.
Oh, sorry, I thought my mic was doing that better. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Well, now I've lost face. Oh, ha, ha, ha. The only question anyone cares about here is how much are you willing to pay for this AI?
Quite a bit. Negotiation begins. I'm willing to put up 72,000 for the whole job.
Well, as it stands to put down this, we're a new group, but none of us are new runners, so you're paying for expertise. I think that'd add some to this group's payment.
Go ahead and begin rolling charisma plus negotiation.
I think this would be negotiation.
Yes. He is driving a hard bargain and does not work any deviation from his plan.
Is this bargaining?
Yes, it is an opposed charisma negotiation test. And despite your best efforts, he ends up talking you down. I do not entirely trust your experience in this matter, I'm afraid. But perhaps if you demonstrate your qualifications, I will pay you the full amount.
Well,
Very well then.
very well.
Do you have any further questions then? If not, I will leave you to task at hand.
Where was it again?
Seeker should work at the Horizon Singularity call center. And he goes ahead and provides the location on the map.
And what level of resistance might we be looking at?
I wouldn't know exactly. They don't, from what I understand, the call center does not have any active duty guards. But I do believe that a large number of their employees use skill wires. It is very likely they could be capable of anything.
Out of character, the Horizon Center, the Horizon call center. I would know where that would be.
Yes, it is on the map, and it is to the north of your location if you check the map.
Okay, would I also have any idea what like local law enforcement response time would be in that area? Say lone.
Go ahead and make a law check, or a local area check, or maybe a police check of some kind. Something knowledge-based that relates to it.
Would that be a Lone Star, or would that be corporate response?
It would be corporate in this case.
4 successes.
Alright. It's in a secured zone, quote unquote. However, it is definitely on the lower end of that, and definitely at the edge of Pasadena, where they care slightly less about response times, and simply is farther from more important things for Horizon to protect. You expect that it might take anywhere from 6 to 20 minutes for them to respond.
The call center. How is it? What's the local area around the call center?
The local area around the call center is Pasadena. The University of California is actually within the area. Caltech, actually. My bad. And a lot of the businesses around there relate to it and a lot of engineering firms. Singularity fits in rather well. However, Singularity's main office is elsewhere. This is simply the call center, where wage slaves filter in from Covina and then leave.
Okay, back to in character. Preference for physical violence? How big of an impact do you want left behind?
Non-lethal is my general idea.
Well, I want to know what Mr. Johnson has to say.
Preferably as little as possible. You are Shadowrunners, aren't you?
Yes, but some like to leave a tell that they were marked. Some people like to let their targets know that they've been hit, shall we say. So I would just like to know that you would not like that.
If you could, make sure that they know that the AI Freedom Foundation has settled the matter once and for all of Seeker's freedom.
Now, is there a specific calling card for this organization that you would like
Wait,
left
do you
behind?
have a logo?
Yes, that.
No. Be clever. I'm sure you can find something fitting. And he simply waves his hand and waves it off.
Do you know where in the building the AI is located, or is that our job?
He shakes his head. No. I do not know.
I assume reconnaissance and information gathering is on our end.
Indeed it is.
Alright, I'm out of questions.
I'm good.
Fine.
Very well then. And he stands up and leaves the building. You're left to your own devices, and you have a back room to talk in securely.
As soon as he leaves, I'm going to turn to Boomer and say, what do you say the name of that group was again?
What did he say the name of his group was?
No, the other group, the AI group for freeing AI.
Horizon
AI
Security.
Freedom Fighters or something?
No, Horizon Security is the place we're breaking him out of. The place that he wanted. The AI.
Federation.
Was it Freedom Federation?
AI Freedom Federation.
Is there any way that you could like destroy the building in such a way as it leaves the letters like in the wreckage of the building?
I can paint it I can paint it with foam and then detonate that.
Yeah, that seems
Leave
like
it in the wall.
underkill for your style.
It is true, but I'm not. It's hard to arrange them in such a way.
I mean, just be sure that you blow the building up after we got the AI out.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, whatever physical damage you do. Maybe put it in the concrete outside the building so everybody who's going into the building later that day, whatever, sees it. Like, oh, I got it. I know now.
Pretty sure that's not what the buyer wants. He's been pretty resistant to the idea of leaving any kind of calling card.
No, he said if we could make it visible that that's who did it. He was resistant to the fact of death and killing and all that shit. Specifically asked these questions because you weren't.
How are you going to blow up the entire building without killing people?
We could evacuate the building. Pull a.
Oh, trust me, I can blow up the entire building.
No, he said without killing people. Which again, just pull a fire alarm, something like that. Just evacuate the building.
Still wouldn't mind working. I think we need to actively work before we pull that fire alarm. Once that everyone evacuates, we'll blow it up.
Well, I mean, first step is to go there and reconnoiter the area, see what we're working with.
I just want to say I'm a little bit against blowing up the building. Wait, or not. Go ahead and do it.
Sorry, I didn't know you were a lover of architecture.
Griff?
Yes, question?
Can I roll my profession law and try and get a search warrant?
That would require a contact who has that authority.
Can I call Jack?
That's the lawyer, correct?
Yeah, it's my lawyer friend.
Sure, you could.
I'm gonna give him a ring and be like, hey.
Hey, how's it going?
It's
a little bit.
going good. Yeah, I haven't seen you since college. Those some wild times, right?
Dude, you saw me like last week. You didn't even say hi.
Where?
Boomer just got out of college last week.
Where did I see you? What?
Whatever. It doesn't matter anyway. It sounds just, slightly cheat at that, but so
Okay,
what do you need?
Well, I was wondering if you knew any judges that maybe owed you a favor.
You kind of get a brief little silence, like, maybe? What do you need?
I need a search warrant.
Oh, yeah, that's... Oh, I guess it depends on where.
The Horizon Call Center up by Pasadena.
Well, I'm sorry to say that might not necessarily be possible. One moment.
Come on, Jack.
Alright, I had a few questions over here. He goes on and explains. Well, I'm sorry to say, but that is Horizon territory. Extraterritoriality is a bit of a pain in the butt. They have their own laws, they have their own legal system, and unless you're Horizon itself, you are not allowed to touch them. Kind of makes things difficult at times. Honestly, half the work I have is just investigating whose property things landed on.
Alright, well, do you know any judges who work for Horizon?
You'd have to ask Horizon themselves, and I don't think they're going to allow someone off property to just walk around.
Alright.
They do everything of their own in-house.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe if you knew someone on the inside, maybe they could help you out, but it's outside my ability to affect things.
Thanks anyway, Jack.
No problem. Just tell me when you get in trouble with the PCC again.
Yeah, I will. Actually, what are you doing next week? Next, Wednesday, I think?
Oh, well, I was planning on going to this little shindig. I heard there's this place called the Nova Club.
Yeah?
Sounds kind of cool. I mean, I guess a lot of C-listers end up there, but maybe someone important will drop by.
Sounds, where's it
He goes ahead and gives you a location somewhere in Hollywood.
Alright, I'll meet you there, say, 6 o'clock?
Hey, sounds like a plan.
Alright.
Alright.
See you later, Jack.
Alright, he goes ahead and hangs up.
Okay. Well, that's a wash.
I could always try to hack into the things, figure things out.
Can you, like, see through security cameras or something?
Possibly, yeah.
Because, I mean,
Maybe even get a grid, find where things are, assess the area for magic.
yeah, I mean, that would be perfect. How far away do you need to be to do that?
I can probably 100 meters without any real difficulty.
So, I mean, like, we could drive by in a car and you could do that?
I can drive by my bike and do that.
Well, I mean, you don't want to be driving your bike and do it at the same time, do you?
My bike drives itself.
Well, that's convenient.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, if you wanna do the reconnoitering via your weird techno magic shit, Carbine's kind of dumb.
Alright, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get near enough so I don't have a huge penalty to hacking.
Okay. Generally, when you get into a host, there is no further noise penalty. However, let's go ahead and change maps real quick.
Well, you have to recall that I'm doing most of my hacking in AR.
Indeed. Well, regardless, connecting to a host puts you inside the host and off the grid, where distance suddenly no longer matters for some reason.
Gotcha. Well, I still need to
Distance does matter for, say, noticing things that are silent, but otherwise, you could simply be in the host if you knew where it was. However, you do need to receive a mark to enter a host. Normally, this is either hacking it or being invited.
Right.
Do you want to make a computers check real quick?
Sure.
Everyone's token. Board. With one success, you know, you can very easily find the Singularity Call Center public hosts out on the Matrix, even from whatever distance you're at. From what you
Huh.
understand, this is the main host you go to when you have a problem with a new Singularity product, like one of their drones or one of their other techno gadgets or toys.
Can I dig deeper from there?
You could.
Alright.
There is no real requirement to get a mark to get onto the public host. They simply allow people on because they have to field calls.
Well, I need more details, like maybe even where the area that this AI is.
That you do not seem to be able to find out on the Matrix.
Yeah, I just want to hack directly into their system.
Okay. Just moving everyone onto the board. What grid are you on?
Any grid I want to be, and I should be jumping around. I have a program to jump me around randomly. I have access to all the major grids.
Okay then. So go ahead and take your pick. You could be on the Horizon Global Grid to begin with.
No, I think I would like to use a competitor's grid.
Okay then. So you will go ahead and be on the NeoNet grid, which does not have the bonus matrix die for being inside of it. I am just simply finding tokens real quick. I'm just getting everyone a car.
ATV.
No matter what. Go car for everyone.
I'm gonna have to buy a car.
Oh, actually, I wrote here with Boomer's car, so never mind. Left mine at home, or I guess at Boomer's home.
Let's make that a little bit.
Which I guess raises the interesting notion. Do I know Boomer's real name?
Boomer, would you have known that?
I mean, you probably heard it in passing.
Well, I mean, I live with you. Do we not share our real names, or do we go by our Shadowrunner names at our home?
No, I think we use real name. I don't think you'd have to go, hey, Boomer, we're out of milk.
Okay.
It is easier to say than my real name, but I don't think you'd have to go, Boomer, you're out of milk.
Yeah.
Did Carbine use all the milk in his evil sex acts again?
Yes,
Well, I mean, if we're at
what's that
home,
about?
then my name would be Ares or Hammer.
Glad
Ares.
you're out on the job.
Yeah, not just wondering. Just wondering if we're like on a first name basis because we live together.
Yeah, but once you do get to the first name basis, don't forget to just don't fuck up and say anybody's actual name.
I don't know your name. That's what the point I was getting at. Is that I'd only know you as Asagawa and this other guy is Overclock.
You obviously misheard what I meant. I said once you are on a first name basis and you know their name, don't fuck up and say it. Otherwise, that's RP fucking.
What's that, Flynn?
Why would he say my name, though?
Because you can accidentally do that.
It's harder to say than my runner name.
I know, but it happens. Trust me.
So, Overclock, what are your intentions here?
Get a map of the place. General schedule, what time the best to do this, maybe the location of the thing, if I can get deep enough before getting caught.
Okay. So you would know that there might be hidden devices, or which might include the server running on silent. There might be a secondary host simply to protect hidden devices or classified information or other things the company doesn't want simply in public view. The public host would not necessarily have all of this information.